Right now, this queen ant is completely alone. No workers, no protection, no second chances. If she fails in the next few weeks, her entire bloodline ends forever. This is a queen trapjaw ant, and at this exact moment, she is one of the most vulnerable creatures in the natural world. There are no workers surrounding her, no soldiers guarding the entrance, no colony humming with activity. Just a single ant in total darkness, carrying the entire future of her species on her back. Unlike most animals, ant queens do not get a second attempt. If this phase fails, there is no escape, no restart, and no rescue. Her only task is survival. She must lay eggs, protect them, and stay alive long enough for those eggs to become workers. Everything else comes later. At first, she does nothing at all. She barely moves. This is not weakness. This is conservation. Every step costs energy, and energy is something she cannot afford to waste. She seals herself inside a small chamber, relying entirely on the nutrients stored within her own body. Days pass. Nothing seems to change. Then something incredible happens. The first egg hatches. A single worker ant crawls into the world, pale and fragile, its exoskeleton not yet hardened. This worker is tiny, but its importance cannot be overstated. This moment marks the difference between extinction and survival. Trapjaw ants are not ordinary ants. They are among the most formidable hunters in the insect world. Their mandibles snap shut at speeds so fast they are nearly invisible to the human eye, faster than most animals can even react. These jaws are not just weapons. They are tools, shields, and sometimes even catapults, allowing the ants to launch themselves away from danger. Despite their power, even trapjaw ants must start small. In ant society, workers exist for one purpose only: to serve the queen. They do not reproduce. They do not rest. Their lives are spent cleaning her body, tending her eggs, guarding the nest, and eventually hunting food. The queen is still capable of feeding the workers directly. Introducing too much food too early can actually increase risk, attracting mold, bacteria, or predators. The ants instinctively know this, so I wait. More eggs hatch. The colony begins to change. With 4 workers now present, roles begin to emerge. 2 ants rarely leave the queen's side, acting as living shields. Another focuses on the eggs, constantly repositioning them to control humidity and temperature. One stands near the entrance, sensing vibrations and air movement, ready to respond to threats. Now, the colony is ready. This time, food will matter. I introduce live prey. A flightless fruit fly is released into the tube. At first, it goes unnoticed. The fly crawls along the walls, hidden in plain sight. Then, one worker detects movement. Her mandibles open slightly, tension building like a loaded spring. She strikes. Another worker joins, then another. The fly panics, bouncing erratically through the chamber. The ants adjust their spacing, surrounding it. And then, in a fraction of a second, one ant lands the perfect hit. The jaws snap shut. The fly is immobilized. It is dragged deeper into the nest and stored as food. This is no longer a family struggling to survive. This is a functioning colony. As days pass, the test tube becomes crowded. Ants bump into one another constantly. There is barely room to move. In the wild, this is the signal to expand. It's time for a new home. Instead of buying a nest, I build one from a solid brick. Chambers are carved carefully, mimicking the narrow tunnels ants prefer. A hydration system is added to control humidity. The entire structure is sealed with a transparent panel, allowing observation while maintaining darkness. A single worker discovers the new nest first. She explores every tunnel, every corner. Then she returns to the queen. Moments later, the migration begins. Eggs are carried first, then food, then workers. Finally, the queen herself is escorted through the tube and into the new nest. The colony has successfully relocated. Days pass. Activity increases. The ants are no longer reactive. They are proactive. Now, it's time to test them. I construct an outworld, a controlled environment where the ants can forage. The first is a desert habitat. Sand, rocks, and a small cactus fill the enclosure. This environment is harsh, exposed, and unpredictable. Then I introduce a cricket. The cricket is larger than the ants, faster, stronger. At first, the attacks fail. The cricket dodges, kicks, and escapes, eventually running directly into the nest itself. Then one ant connects, clamping onto a leg. The cricket thrashes, but more ants join, striking in rapid succession. Finally, the cricket collapses. The threat is neutralized. The colony survives. By day 97, there are 12 workers. The nest is alive with movement. But something is wrong. One ant lies motionless, curled and still. One of the founding workers has died. This is normal. Early workers often live short lives. Still, the colony continues. I add a second outworld, a grassy environment designed to reduce waste buildup in the desert area. And then everything goes silent. On day 100, the nest is empty. No workers, no movement, no activity. A tiny gap beneath the enclosure, barely visible, allowed every worker to escape overnight. All of them are gone, all except one, the queen. She never left. Queens do not flee unless escorted. She stayed behind alone, exactly as she was on day 1. I carefully transfer her into a new test tube. She has done this before. She can do it again. The experiment resets, and the cycle begins once more.